I like the word chitter chatter.
A hyphenated word.
I'm gonna start saying that more often.
Chitter chatter. You say, Brian. You say chit chat.
I always say chit chat. Yep.
You don't go with the ER at the end.
Chitter chatter. No. I'm looking at this picture right now. It's probably the only time I've ever ironed my Koo shirt in my whole life.
Wow.
So looks pretty decent. Looks decent.
Yeah, you got to do it for the promo shot.
Yeah, you got to do it for the album cover, no doubt. Do you guys, Pat, Tom, do you guys iron your clothes, especially when you go play mini golf?
I don't even know if I own an iron anymore. And I'm like somebody who actually used to work in an office, so
you're free.
You're
free.
Yeah, I feel like you got to look. I don't know. Maybe you guys someday will do promo shots for the podcast, and you'll need to get your iron on. That's a golf pun too. Your iron.
Yes,
it's not a mini golf pun, but
Well, I'm sure we could figure out something to turn it into. I mean, Tom's good at the puns.
he's the pun. He's the pun of the bunch.
I mean, a couple of putts right there.
Yeah,
can't get better than that.
Yeah. But Pat, you have the P in your name. So, I mean, you get the putting penguin Pat, so, you can keep it going like that.
Yeah, very alliterative.
Hey, people are coming in the chat. We're going to start soon. They're coming in. They're saying, hey, they're saying, what's up?
They have greetings to say. The party's about to begin.
Mini golf. You guys, if I say the word putt putt golf, is that insulting to the community? Is it mini golf strictly only?
Yeah, we got to get into this.
Well, we get it. The putt putt is a registered trademark, so you got to be careful with that. So
we're gonna get sued.
Yeah, and putt putters do not like to be, as Tom has talked about, just called mini golfers. But mini golf's the big umbrella. So if you stick with mini golf or miniature golf, you're covered. Everything with the putter after that is good.
All right, we're safe. We're safe.
Hopefully now. Hopefully people give us a break as lay people in the industry.
We have a few people already here.
Hello, friends.
We have Sarah saying hello.
Hello, Sarah.
Randy saying hi with a wave and a mini golf.
Is that Randy on the Holy Moley?
Oh,
that is Randy from Holy Moly.
Oh my gosh.
Casey saying hi. Someone named Robin Schwartzman is saying something.
Robin's having a hard day, it looks like.
That Robin, Nicholas Abdo. Wow.
Oh.
All the people.
It's a big swing.
Ooh, that's a really big swing. Look at that, Nick.
Wow.
Hi, Nicole.
Yeah. Hello. Everyone's coming in here.
It is 12 p.m. and I think we are going to kick things off with a little video, and we'll be right back.
Confident it's going in, so you can start to clap and move. But when I'm trying to putt putt, but when I'm trying to putt putt, but when I'm trying to putt putt, move your bottom. But when I'm trying to putt putt, but when I'm trying to putt putt, but when I'm trying to putt putt, move your bottom. It's all in the hips, swing it. It's all in the hips, swing it, swing it.
Hey, there it is.
Oh, what happened, Tom? What did we do? We're upside down.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Perfect.
We're
you practice, and then
we're still on the right side of our logo, so it makes sense. It's all good.
Tom's got to understand how to use his mute button after telling us.
I'll unmute him.
Oh no! I was like talking to myself. This is like a pandemic foul. Hey everybody, welcome to the Puttcast. You can see on your left side the Puttcast. I'm Mr. T. My name's Tom, and I do a couple of putts with my wife Robin, and we live in Minneapolis and do a bunch of things mini golf, including building, designing, and reviewing courses. And then above me,
so I'm Pat, and
my co-host on the Puttcast.
Yep, I'm Pat. Around the world of mini golf, I'm known as the Putting Penguin. I run the Putting Penguin website, which reviews miniature golf courses, and I play competitive mini golf, and I'm out of Connecticut, so the only East Coaster here.
And hello, my name is Brian from Koo Koo Kanga Roo, and I have no butt at all, so therefore I wrote a song about butts.
Yeah, wow, that's incredible. Hello, I'm Neil. As you can see here on my tag, Brian and I are in Koo Koo Kanga Roo, and we love mini golf and putt golf, and we made a song about it. And hope you enjoy it. We're dipping our toe into the world of miniature golf, so I hope we're accepted by the community. Despite trying to learn the difference between putt putt and mini golf and all the terminology and stuff, but we're excited to be here.
And we want to encourage everybody, if you're obviously streaming this right now, you're seeing it either on Koo Koo Kanga Roo's Facebook page or the Puttcast page, or maybe you're seeing a broadcast on YouTube later. We're going to archive this as well, so don't worry if you missed part of it. We're going to have this all for you later, and please leave some comments, because throughout the show we can even address them on the screen here with our little program, like this one, which I think we have to agree with, where Amanda Phillipson says mini golf is way more interesting than regular golf. Can't argue.
Don't even call it regular golf. It is big golf. The regular golf for us is mini golf. It's big golf.
And Amanda is from the UK, where I found out yesterday has a museum of the history of mini golf over in the UK. Whoa, I didn't know, Tom. I didn't know, Pat.
Yeah, crazy golf, they like to call it over there.
Oh, I like this. Yes.
And that's Richard and Emily, isn't it? Richard and Emily Gottfried over in the UK.
Yep, they run the Crazy Golf Museum.
Wow, that's amazing. We've been lucky enough to tour in the UK a couple times, and it's so fun to learn all the little differences and words and terminologies and the way people do things and stuff like that. So let's just add this to the list. It's crazy golf, everybody. Remember that.
Just another song we can't play in the UK because it doesn't make any sense. Gosh, just another one.
At least it's not as offensive as Fanny Pack. Okay, you have to really explain yourself when you play the song Fanny Pack in the UK, as it turns out. You guys can just Google that yourselves. But yeah, so okay, crazy golf as well. People will just have to we'll have to find a rhyme for crazy. I don't know, to do the song properly.
We'll have to, yeah, we'll make it go everywhere.
Looks like Casey Roberts has said they'd never even heard of putt putt golf until they went to Alabama on vacation as a preteen. Kansas people call it mini golf. So another semi-upper Midwesterner like some of us that prefer the mini golf nomenclature.
Tom and Pat, can you please ID the course that they played at there in Alabama? Which one was it?
Ooh, I don't know. I've never played a course in Alabama. I don't even know if I've set foot in Alabama, to be honest.
I have not. It's one of the few states.
I'm just going to go ahead and I'm sorry, I'm going to assume an immense encyclopedia knowledge of all the courses in the entire world. So I guess there's some blind spots, though. Sorry to put you on blast. I didn't mean to do that.
Hey, you get into New England, and that hit rate's going to get a lot higher in terms of talking about courses. Yeah, south of the Mason-Dixon, it gets a little fuzzy for this Yankee.
What about you, Tom? Do you have a region? Is it Midwest? And that's the Midwest best, or is there a different area that you specialize in as far as your mini golf life?
I think at this point, and I think Pat's underselling himself a little bit, for as much as he probably doesn't know about the South, I think between the two of us, we probably know the entire world of mini golf on some level. Like, we could probably rattle off a few Australian, New Zealand, Finnish, Norwegian, UK, even a couple mini golf courses down in Thailand. Here's a funny thing for you two. So you know that both of us were on, well, wrong side of my shirt, Holy Moly. And there, before the show Holy Moly, there is a series of mini golf courses in Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore called Holy Moly that have these fun themed courses that on one of them you're playing scenes from Jaws, or you putt through the Simpsons living room. And so when Holy Moley got announced, the first thing we thought was, it's like, wait, is this the Australian courses? So that's kind of that's like our mini golf nerdery at work. We're all over the world. Pat, where you've played in some other countries, because I've played in Iceland, Japan, and in the Middle East in Qatar. What about you, Pat?
I played in a handful of courses in the UK and Sweden.
So we're getting the whole globe. What about you two?
Yeah, sorry, not to like. I'm not trying to like one up you, but I've played mini golf in Bloomington, Minnesota, and then again in Bloomington, Minnesota, on the other side of the city in the Mall of America.
Wow.
Are we getting into it this early, Brian? Are we talking West versus East Bloomington?
We can't do it. We can't do it. Not on here. Not on here.
We'll save that for the like BTS behind the scenes.
Yeah,
talking.
I didn't mean to. I wasn't gonna bring it up this early in the show. I didn't mean to like squash you guys with countries and stuff like that. But I have played on both sides of one city. So bring it, Neil. What you got? We'll
have to wait to discuss the Bloomington battle until someone in the comments, comes after you, or really ignites that fire thing. Go, what is it? Go Jags or whatever.
Neil, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, don't do it. Don't do it.
I won't say anymore. We'll see if it happens naturally. But yeah, I don't know. Mini golf. I'm trying to think of. For me, it's mostly I've played a lot in South Dakota. That's a lot for me. I got a lot of family in South Dakota, so those are my most fun mini golf memories. Is like playing with my family when we're on like family vacations, and it's like, all right, we got to get out of the house. We're tired of hanging. What can we do? And it's like, what's for everybody? Mini golf for everybody. Let's go. And so, yeah, like Sioux Falls and spend summers in outside of Rapid City in a tourist town called Hot Springs, South Dakota, out in western South Dakota. So I've played there, and but yeah, those are the two that come to mind as far as at least outside of Minnesota that I kind of have fond memories of. But I'm trying to think if one of them was Pirates Cove. That's the other thing that's like the brand name. That's like what I think of, at least when I was a kid, of like, oh, that's like high end, like nice, like huge, like waterfalls and like mountains and like rock work and caves and stuff to putt in. Like, I feel like at least for a while, I mean, now it's like the sport has exploded and I feel like there's more going on, but I feel like Pirates Cove, if you found a Pirates Cove in town, it was like, oh my gosh, this is the top of the tops.
Speaking of top of the tops, here's the question for Neil from one Randy Rice, former Holy Moley contestant, an overall really smart person and Disney lover. Neil, have you played the courses at Disney World?
Oh my gosh, Randy knows about my obsession with Disney parks. That's incredible. I've never played, but actually I am going to Orlando tomorrow for a week. First vacation in the pandemic, vaccinated and all that stuff. So I'm excited to go. And I have a t-shirt of Fantasia Gardens. I also collect vintage Disney shirts. And I'm staying right there at the Swan and Dolphin. And so I am very much considering going. I just need to check if they're open right now. I'm not sure if they reopened with the rest of the parks at Disney World. So if Fantasia Gardens is open, I'd love to go and check it out because, again, I have the shirt. I've never done that. I think it might not be long for this world. I don't have any inside info on that, but I would love to go and check it out. So, yeah.
I think they did reopen, and absolutely, if they are, play them. Those are some of the best. And I would say if you have the chance, it's not Disney, but head on over to Universal, play Hollywood Drive-In.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Oh, yeah. Immersive 2 courses. One's like a B movie alien, and the other one's like a B movie horror theme. And they're just awesome. Play them at night, too. You get the best experience at night.
Is it kind of on property? Is it like walkable from like
it's
a city walk?
It's in City Walk.
Okay, cool. Wow. That's rad. Wow, I didn't know about that one. I gotta check that out. Theme parks, another good place for mini golf, I guess. Makes a lot of sense.
When Tom and I were chatting last night, he gave me the lowdown on all of them. I looked them all up. They're next level. They are next level.
What do you mean all of them? The theme Disney?
All the ones in Orlando.
Oh, nice. Oh, I bet. Yeah, is that considered like the capital in the States for that, or is that more Vegas, or where's the most good, awesome, over the top themed mini golf courses in the States?
So you're probably talking Myrtle Beach is generally known as the mini golf capital of the world. It's got the most mini golf like per square mile of any place else. And they've got some really great ones. We play some big tournaments down there. Orlando's probably 1B to that in terms of just theming and size and everything. And then Vegas does have some, and I'll pull this up here. So Kiss Mini Golf in Vegas. So that's actually part of the Monster Mini Golf chain, which started here in Connecticut. So I am fortunate enough to know the person who started that and still owns it. But they have Kiss, and they have a Twilight Zone themed one in Vegas as well. And they're indoor, black light. They do all their own artwork. That you guys would love it. They usually have a DJ going in the course. It's over the top. Those are the ones, like 1, 2, 3. If I had to like push people to like touristy places to go play, that's where I would go.
Yeah, 100%. And that actually, I see Elisa had asked what are our favorite courses. And this is like a plug for a thing that a couple of putts is doing, is that we're publishing something on this really cool website to find things all over the world called Atlas Obscura early next week, where we listed our 18 favorite mini golf courses around the world. And I don't know if Pat's played it. I don't think he has, but I think for my wife and I, who do a couple putts, our favorite course by far is just outside of Chicago. It's called Parking. It's got 2 18-hole courses, a huge pink castle, holes where you like hit the ball into like a little thing that takes the ball up and then sends it down a roller coaster. It's awesome. You will have so much fun on that. But yeah, let's throw that around to everybody. Pat, what's your favorite course?
Ooh, unfortunately, my favorite all-time course no longer exists. It was called Perils of the Lost Jungle. It was outside DC. It was a guy who had gone to Disney, looked at the Jungle Cruise, went back to his driving range and said, I'm going to build a mini golf that looks exactly like the Jungle Cruise, basically. And so you've got this driving range, and right next to it, he built a bamboo forest that you walked into and had animatronics. And it was so good. I went there during the day, went to go get dinner, and had to come back immediately after to play it at night. And unfortunately, because of construction and various other things, it no longer exists. So that's been my all-time favorite above everything. I think, existing ones, that's a tough one. There's a lot of great ones out there. I think the most unique one, and we were chatting about this a little bit earlier, is the Mount Atlanticus one in Myrtle Beach, because it's indoor, outdoor. You go up multiple stories. There's water. It's got a crazy storyline, minotaurs, aliens, Greek history, and it's got 2 courses that you could spend a couple hours there, and they're not really that hard. So a lot of hole-in-ones, which is always fun. So I like to push people there. It's not the fanciest thing you're going to see. It's not a Disney, but it's just a fun, like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here playing this?
And Neil and Brian, how about your favorite courses that you've played?
I can't name check too many of them. Like I said, just the playing as with the family in South Dakota. But yeah, definitely what do I call it? What's the pirate thing? Pirates Cove? Is that like chain still around? Is that still popping? Okay, cool. So I'm sure that's good. But one I've played recently, I was in Colorado Springs, and there's a place called Lost Island out there, and that was pretty cool. It was I would compare it to a Pirates Cove as far as the elevation and the kind of complexity of the holes and everything, but they had a lot of really cool, like, just enormous props of like dinosaurs. They had like, huge dinosaurs, like statues, kind of like animatronics, but they didn't move. So yeah, big statues. They had a big King Kong and stuff like that. Kind of a mismatch, not a great, like, consistent theme across it, but it's pretty rare to see like multiple, like, huge dinosaurs at a place in a small area like that. And they had like a plane and stuff like that. So it's kind of, jungly adventure themed a little bit, but again, it's kind of all over the place. But that's what I did recently that I was really impressed by. But this is definitely something that, again, Brian and I were typically on the road a lot. Not so much right now, but we'll get back to that eventually. But I think this is something we need to kind of add to our list of, on an off day or pre-post show, maybe if something's nearby. We'll definitely be looking into that Atlas Obscura article, pinpointing some of those places so that when we're on the road, we can do that, because I think that's, I would imagine, like you said, I mean, the fact that Myrtle Beach, I don't know exactly where that is. It's in Florida, right? Or is that in South Carolina? It's in the Carolinas, right?
South Carolina.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like some of these great places are probably off the beaten path, and it's like it's in between two big cities. And so, like, if you're driving like we are all over the country, that's how you can actually hit some of these places, because you are able to do those types of things. So I think we'll need to up our game here a little bit and hit some more of these incredible courses.
Yeah, Neil, we're always more curious about where the best breakfast place is, but now we need to do where's the best breakfast joint and Putt Putt Golf spot. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, Neil, you and I got turned on to more artisan mini golf. That's what I'm gonna call. That's what I'm gonna call the cool stuff, right? But through the Walker, is it? Yeah, for the Walker Art Museum, right? Art Museum. Okay, but did Robin? Okay, now Tom, you and your wife Robin, did you start the first Walker art? No, but you were a part of it.
No. So the Walker has been doing an artist design mini golf course since 2004. So they did one in 2004, took a couple years off, did it again in 2008, and then came back in 2012. And minus last year and this year, they had been doing it every year since.
Okay.
And during that run of times, we had helped, support artists on their ideas, as well as we designed a handful of mini golf courses or mini golf holes that were on that course that I think still exist and hopefully will come back again. We had one that was like a gumball machine and a sideways big yellow watering can that had a loop for a handle.
There was so many cool. I think my favorite hole of that is when you like putt up into, and then it was this giant like plinko board that you like grabbed onto, and you guided your ball like down to try to make it into the right hole. I was like, that's beautiful. Now, I appreciate the facts that you just gave me, but I will continue to tell people that Robin invented all of the stuff at the Walker, and pretty much that I tell people just Robin and Tom invented mini golf, and nobody bats an eye at all. Nobody bats an eye. Okay, second really cool course at a camp that I work at up in Maple Lake, Minnesota, called Camp Courage. Maybe 15 years ago, maybe it was 10 years ago, a Boy Scout for their Eagle project made the first totally wheelchair accessible mini golf hole. So it's all flat. There's lots of like obstacles to like putt through, like a windmill going on power and things like that. And there's the hole, but there's concrete out so you can drive, you can like wheelchair around, but then all of the framing of the holes is like thick rubber that you can drive over. So you can putt and guide, but you can drive anywhere. So with all our campers that were there, we're playing a lot of mini golf up there on that hole. And some of them have been like overdone. So you have to, if you miss, you're messed up. You're going out, you're going wide. But that one's cool. I just like the unique stuff. That's what I love about Putt Putt Golf, you guys. It's just, I love the flair. I love it. It's the best.
There's a lot of real unique stuff. I mean, Tom's and Robin's article highlights a whole bunch of them out there. There's one, and I don't know if Tom, I don't think you guys put this in it, but there's one in Lexington, Kentucky that's all biblical based. So they have an Old Testament, a New Testament, and a miracles course. And it's amazing. Just what they've done, like for the parting of the sea, water into wine, like everything is like the water into wine. The carpet changes from water, like this blue into a maroon. And so you can literally take anything on the planet and turn it into a mini golf hole.
Yeah, well, we're just we're gonna keep building our careers. We're getting there, but there will be a Koo Koo Kanga Roo mini golf course eventually. Featuring each hole is a different theme of one of our songs and stuff like that. So I could see it in the future. So we'll just obviously be co-branded with Puttcast here and everything. So we'll get that going soon enough, and they'll probably be in Bloomington. So let's do it.
I'm gonna build it in my backyard in Hopkins. Let's just do it. People can just show up.
Well, I was going to say, so to make sure that anybody here has somehow not heard the mini golf song that's just exploding across the nation, Putt Putt Butt Butt. It's the third single off a slow clap from our guests, Neil and Brian from Koo Koo Kanga Roo over here. And even their album, the third song, you have a song about honey, you have a song about lemonade, you have a song about putting and butts. That's 4 holes. That's like you have a butt-shaped hole, you have a putter-shaped hole,
Yep.
you have like a honey-shaped hole, which oddly enough, Robin and I have actually made a honey-shaped hole, and a lemonade-themed hole.
I love
You're
it.
4 holes in already. How
Well-
like if you have a whole album full of songs, maybe it's the slow clap course.
Yeah, we could do. We're fond of concept albums. This one is not. This album is notable because it's the first album in quite a while we've put out that's not a concept album. It's just all the songs are different topics. So yeah, we could have album courses like that. So this has no endpoint, I guess.
Neil, I see here in the chat that Robin,
Yes.
creator of Mini Golf,
Yes.
said that she'll design the Koo Koo Kanga Roo course. That's
Oh.
a no-brainer.
She
So
also
done.
said for free too. Wow,
Oh
that's
my
perfect.
gosh.
Perfect.
For free. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. And Pat is going to do all the design work pro bono too. Thanks, Pat. It means a lot for you saying that. Just throwing all your weight behind it. It's great.
Yeah. And if you need any certification of how good your song is, so my 5-year-old is in the room. He visited a little bit before. He came over while we were talking and asked me to pull up the Mini Golf song on YouTube while he was in the room. So clearly certified fresh by my 5-year-old. You can't get better than that.
What's up, Malcolm? Malcolm, you guys say hey. You guys say hey on the cast sometime.
Yeah, we'll get him back over here, but he's enthralled with your video right now.
Entertain.
There. We have a couple questions. Nick Abdo has just been throwing us questions in the chat, and we're going to throw a shameless plug. He asked, is there a good mini golf website or source to find the best courses? I would say that there is a website called The Putting Penguin that's been around for 20 years that has hundreds and hundreds of reviews. And then there's a couple of putts where we have a couple hundred reviews of courses that Robin and I played. So if you want the best out of 1,000 courses that we've played in a bunch of countries, I'd say those are probably 2 good places to go.
Yeah, with maps and everything. I mean, we make it really easy to find the courses for you.
And then that Atlas Obscura dropping on Monday, right?
And then that's dropping on Monday probably too. And here's another addition to. So Nick was asking about a bunch of local courses, and I never played the Putt Putt that was off of 494 in Penn, but I've heard about it. Heard really fun stories. And it was a Putt Putt brand. Minnesota at one point had Putt Putt brand courses, but we don't right now. But he also asked about the best mini golf courses in Minnesota, and we're actually going to publish on a couple of putts later this spring an exhaustive review of every mini golf course in Minnesota. There's maybe 5 to 10 in far out state Minnesota that we haven't played yet. But I'd say if you want some good choices, Lily Putt, Big Stone, Big Thrill Factory, Can, they're super distinct. But going towards what Brian was talking about, near where both of you kind of grew up, in Lakeville, there's a free outdoor course called King Park that was designed specifically around accessibility, where both the playground and the entire 9-hole mini golf course that are free are fully wheelchair accessible, in and out on everything. All you need is your own putter and your own ball. And I'm going to say this. So a couple of putts, Robin and I are in Minneapolis. If you reach out to us and you want to drop us a message, years ago, someone who was replacing their putters at a course gave us all their old putters. We'll set out some balls and putters if you want them and to have them to go play at King Park whenever you want. Just drop us a message and a like, and we'll be happy to share those. But I thought I'd throw that out there for Nick. So yeah, and it looks like we might have a new guest on the show. We have Malcolm.
Yeah, buddy.
Hi!
What's your favorite mini golf? Which one do we play a lot? Do you remember?
No.
No. Is it called Matterhorn? Yeah. No, we're gonna clam up.
Ooh, Matterhorn's a ride at Disneyland. That's cool. Matterhorn, is that sounds fun. Is that near where you live, Malcolm? The Matterhorn mini golf course?
So yeah. Yeah, not too far from us in Connecticut. Yes, it's an entirely Swiss-themed mini golf course with a Matterhorn there. So if you enjoy the ride, then yeah. Oh yeah, Pikachu. You like Pikachu? See,
All right.
part of the putting penguin is we bring a penguin, a little stuffed penguin with us to every single course. We even had one when we were on Holy Moley. If you watch, he's in my pocket and everything. So I've gotten my children conditioned so that they should be bringing stuff to the mini golf course to act as their stand-in. So apparently today it's Pikachu. It's a good choice.
Pika.
There's got to be a Pokemon course somewhere. I suppose I got to get the license for that. So that would be hard.
And I have a Pokeball ball.
You do have a Pokeball ball. That's true. Yeah, we'll
That
use
sounds
that on the
fun.
course.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. All right.
Hey,
say bye.
Malcolm.
Oh, hold
Malcolm,
on.
wait.
Oh, they got a
Malcolm,
question for
before
you.
you go. Okay, I asked you earlier, and I wanted you were going to think about it. Who's better at mini golf, you or your dad?
Do you remember? Who's better? Yeah, you don't know. You don't want to
Say
say.
you. Say you.
He's so,
Say you.
he's so modest. He's so modest, Brian. He's not going to do it. He's not
I
going to
know,
give
right?
you the answer you want. He's a very kind, modest
All right.
boy. He
I
knows.
thought-
He knows he has a long way to go before he can defeat his father. It's like how
Pikachu.
Yeah, Pikachu's good at golf too. I used to have to play my dad in basketball in the front yard in the driveway, and I remember when I could finally beat him. It took me a while. I was like a teenager, so it'll be all right, Malcolm. One day you'll take him down. Just keep practicing.
All right. You say bye.
Bye.
Bye, Malcolm. Thanks for being
But
cool.
I have to tell him I have a Pikachu.
And I saw earlier in the chat, we had somebody that was talking about, we have Shauna that was talking about their favorite course when they were a child in Sudbury, Ontario, Canada. And we had somebody else, if I remember right, that had mentioned mini golf in Manitoba. Lots of great comments in the chat. Keep them coming. We really appreciate it. But I have played mini golf in Canada and in Manitoba. There's two really fun courses called, what is it called? U-Putts. And there's one in the Golf Dome in Winnipeg that are super fun. So if you're from they call it the Peg, I think. And there's like another name that they call Winnipeg, which is a really nice city. We have that. And then I also see, we're looking for a shout out, Neil and Brian. I'm going to pull it up on screen.
Dorchester. What's up, Dorchester, Massachusetts? Okay, shout out. This is quite the name for your class. This might be a mouthful for 4-year-olds, but hey, I'm in pre-K B class at St. John Paul II Catholic Academy in Dorchester, Massachusetts. Okay, you're asking me to do it in a Massachusetts accent? No, I won't do it. All right. Hey, shout out, you guys. Thanks for being fans, you guys. We'll roll it.
That's awesome.
Hey, I saw earlier up there, Tom and Pat, I saw earlier in the chat someone saying like we live in Iowa and we make our own in the winter. We make our own in our basement, and I think that's something I love so much. Watching the couple of putts, the whole pandemic was just watching guys like repost all the people that made like cool putt stuff in their house, and we even made one in ours. We have like a really long like entryway thing that kind of wraps around the things, and we got a little putter out. We were testing it out, so that was so cool to see. What was the coolest thing you kind of saw through the pandemic of people doing putt stuff?
Well, I'll say if you're on Instagram, the best thing to look for is the hashtag #PuttAtHome. We archived some of them in our stories and our highlights from last year, and there were so many creations, and it wasn't just people in the United States. It actually started, I believe, in Italy, which is really cool because they had a big lockdown, and all of these pros, people that play professionally mini golf in Italy, were just making things with cups going up and down stairs. They were using cardboard. They were using toilet paper rolls, and all you really need is you just need a putter and a ball, and that's it. You can make it out of anything. We make a lot of our mini golf stuff. We just start out of cardboard, and that can be a fun way to go just overall. But you could, with your parents' permission, dig a hole in your yard and just putt into that. You could, if you're in a cold temperature, you can go outside and dig a hole in the snow, and they make these little molds for bricks. Like if people are building igloos in the winter, you just fill it full of snow and you pack those together alongside, you make a wall, you have a mini golf course. So it's mini golf is everywhere. Mini golf is for everyone. It's sort of like Neil's favorite sport, basketball, where you don't need much to play. For basketball, you need a ball and a hoop. For mini golf, you need a putter and a ball, and you can even improvise on those and make your own mini golf hole.
There was some crazy ones, like the people who were doing like Rube Goldberg type setups where it's like downstairs and, you know, over tables and through chair. Like there was some crazy stuff that people did, and it's just so awesome to see. And then you sit there and like, all right, I got to figure out a way to top that. I mean, you know, we're mini golf people, right? Like you can't have that out there with at least trying to do something. So we'll have to see. I mean, hopefully this pandemic will be over soon, so we're not stuck inside doing it. But you know, next time it's cold and can't dig a hole in our yard to play, then yeah, maybe we'll do something that spans like 3 or 4 stories and goes outside and down the street. You never know.
Pat, do you have one in your backyard? I know, Tom, you have one in your backyard, right? A hole?
Yeah, he has one. I do not have one, surprisingly.
Right.
Although I just moved like a year ago, so I got some time to develop something.
A year, Pat? Okay, great with the excuses. Come on.
We'll work on that, Pat. We'll work on that.
Yeah,
one.
I should actually just have Tom come out and build me a hole in the back. I don't know what the heck I'm thinking.
You need a penguin shrine in your backyard. It should just be a penguin shrine hole.
Leading right up to, because I back up to a cemetery, so that would be a perfect display between me and the cemetery.
Tom, did I see a Ruggles the dog style holder for your? Look at that. That is your dog, right? Pretty much, pretty close there.
It looks like an old English sheepdog, like our dog Ruggles. And if you want to check him out, he's on Instagram, Sheepdog Ruggles.
Great,
I have a feeling someday we're probably going to do an old English sheepdog themed mini golf hole. And I saw another one in here. Elsa Jordan, who must be down in San Antonio, had mentioned their monster mini golf down there in San Antonio. And I was going to say one of the courses that's really, really cool in that area is called Cool Crest. And we added that already to Atlas Obscura. And it's one of the oldest mini golf courses in the entire country. It was built in 1929. And for you big design fans, it's got like a really cool Miami South Beach Art Deco feel where it's like mint green. And it has, when we went there, they had fresh grapefruit and lemon trees. It's super cool. So if you're in San Antonio, it's super cool. And that's only an hour and a half from probably one of the other 3 best cities for mini golf, Austin, Texas. It's great for music, but there's so many cool mini golf courses like Dreamland and Peter Pan and Duke's and Austin's, and nearby in San Marcos, there's a cool course that opened last year called Putt Pub that's super fun. So if you're down in that area, and we're working on something, Pat and I, for the next year down in the Austin area that hope to invite a lot of people too. So stay tuned to Puttcast, Putting Penguin, and a couple of putts, and we'll be announcing that. Lots of great comments. Elsa, creepiest hole you ever played? I'm going to take that one really quickly. There is an existing mini golf hole in an active funeral home outside of Chicago. I played it on my own. Robin wasn't there. We tried to play it previously, but they were not able to let us in because they had a funeral that day. The second time I went back, Robin wasn't with. They're like, you can come in. And there was a guy with a big suit that was tall and kind of scary. And they're like, you can go in the basement and go play mini golf by yourself on a death-themed mini golf where the first hole is the skull that he used in mortuary school when he was like learning to become a funeral director. You have to jump over it where it's sitting in some sand, and there's one with a guillotine. So I don't know. I mean, Pat, like, I'm pretty sure that's like the shorthand for like, there's nothing that's going to top that in the mini golf world without getting like really weird.
Yeah, that definitely takes the cake. Although if you ever like play an abandoned mini golf, those things are super creepy. I mean, you're probably trespassing too. So, you know, folks out there, make sure you have permission before you go and do that. But those, like, especially around dusk, I mean, total horror movie vibes. But yeah, you can't get better than an actual funeral home.
I think that's cool too. Of like, that's the thing about mini golf is, again, with all the theming and all the different things. I think someone was saying something about like a clown situation. I know Brian's not a fan of clowns either. So there's also that for the creepy side of things. It could be, you know, not like traditionally creepy or scary like death or whatever, but instead it's like, oh, I don't like dinosaurs. Don't get me anywhere near a dinosaur. I don't like clowns. Like, then you go to one of these courses and you're faced with you think you're going to go in there for some fun, but then you're faced with one of your biggest fears. Like, it's a way to conquer, I guess. But yeah, it depends on maybe where your phobias lie, I suppose.
You may want to take a little bit before you go to a monster mini golf. Just saying, if you got a clown thing, I'll warn you up front.
And I actually, this transitions well into a question that I had thought about for Koo Koo Kanga Roo, because you have a hit song called Dinosaur Stomp, and you have a hit song called Awesome Rainbows. So obviously the question is, what's your favorite colored dinosaur on a mini golf course?
Ooh, I like a purple dinosaur, you know, a little bit of Barney action in the house, you know. I feel like, but like I like when they make a realistic dinosaur a crazy color like that. So I think like that would be fun to have a purple dinosaur, a little bit of alluding to Barney, but instead it's just a crazy raptor or something that's purple.
Yeah, and I have to go with Sinclair gas station green. You know, if a dinosaur doesn't look green, I can't see it. It's not real. You know, it's just
authentic.
It's not real to me. It's not even that it isn't real. I just don't know it exists. So that's why I think I'd like other ones, but my vision doesn't allow me to see those things. And that also what makes me such a great mini golf player is that I see like a pink dinosaur and I can putt right through it because I don't see it. I just see hole. I just see the hole.
It's a superpower you have. That's why you're so talented.
It's so rare. It's so rare.
I mean, eventually we will be on Holy Moley, whether as contestants or performing our new hit song Putt Putt Butt Butt.
I mean, no doubt.
But I think, Brian, if what you're saying is true, I think you definitely could be a contestant then, because you have mini golf superpowers, it sounds like.
Yeah, yes, I do have superpowers. And I think it'd be great for Ruggles the dog to co-anchor host with Rob Riggle. So it's Ruggle and Wriggles, you know what I mean, together, and get Ruggles to wear the suit coat like Wriggles, but say like it's Rob Ruggles and Rob Wriggles together.
Tom, you probably have his phone number. Have you sent him a message about Ruggles?
That'll be happening very shortly. That's definitely happening. Speaking of co-hosts, your Putt Putt Butt Butt video, you had your own. You were able to get the famous Chip England and Tom Rizzo from the mini golf world, the two big commentators, and I'm wondering, they're in your video. They're kind of blowing up. Do you think it's possible that for season 3 of Holy Moley, they're going to replace Rob Riggle and Joe Tessitore?
Whoa. I mean, they haven't told us that specifically, but we suspect that is their end game here. They definitely, you know, they want to climb the ranks, as any of us do, and wherever our careers are. They want to continue to get bigger, and it doesn't get any bigger than Holy Moley right now. So I think that's what they would want to do. I mean, they said that, oh, they like our band because they have kids, and they know us from the school and stuff like that. But we're suspecting that it's a little more of a selfish motivation for them. They're very ambitious fellows, but hey, they know the game, so we put them on the track. So if you listen to our song Putt Putt Butt Butt, get to the end of the track, you'll be able to hear them, and I hope you enjoy their performance.
Yeah, it was a big ask to get them on the track, and took a lot of like coercion with their management team. And we offered to pay them. They said, you know, we'll just take some shirts. They're just fans, you know. So I thought, you know, they're going to be like, hey, I want an XL, I want a large. I didn't mean to like show off what their shirt size was. It's just the unisex. And but no, they were like, they each wanted like 100 shirts. So, I mean, they really put us out a lot. I don't know what they're going to do with them. They're probably just going to end up at like Goodwill or something, but it was a big ask.
And for those of you, so we're all trying to lobby to get Koo Koo in Holy Moly some way. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to see them if they have like a duos competing together would be really cool, but let's get them in the soundtrack. So on Instagram, Steph Curry, tag him, say, let's get Koo Koo in. Wes Denning, you have to look a little bit. He's the Australian producer of the show. Tag him. There's, I think, Chris Colviner and a couple other people. So just look for any of the people that are working in Eureka Productions, tag them and tell them, get Koo Koo Kanga Roo in season 3 of Holy Moly. Yes. They might have finished filming it already, but they probably don't have as much good music in the show as the song that we've all been witness to this week. So let's make it happen. Putt, putt, butt, butt. Let's blow it up.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I've been in touch with a couple of them, and sadly, they were like, "Oh, you're friends with Pat? We're out." And so
it's kryptonite.
You know, it's tough when you don't live up to your reputation on the show. You fall short. They cut you loose. They're like, "No, we brought you on to bring in millions of viewers, and you didn't do anything for us. You're dead to us."
Oh, there it is, right there, the ball. Yeah, and hey, just to be honest here, we'll go to Australia if that's what it takes. You know, obviously LA is closer to us here in the States. That would be better once that gets rolling again. But Tom was letting me know that, you know, they've taken it over there on Australia, and so we'll go there if that's what it takes to be on the Holy Moly. We'll travel. It's whenever we can, anyway.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I don't really like vacationing or warm places, but I appreciate like, I don't know, what's the flight to Australia? 15 hours or something like that?
30, 40 hours, yeah.
Yeah, I just got to catch up on The Crown season 4, so I just need that time. My kids aren't allowing me the time. So that's the only reason I'll say yes to it is I want the flight, you know.
The tiny screen.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I like the tiny screen on Delta, but then I like to watch on my iPod Touch, because I like it a little smaller, you know, even tinier.
It's not small enough, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go little. You
gotta go iPod Classic and watch something on that little square. Oh yeah, I've done that. Yeah, that's great. Nothing like cinematic quality on a late 2000s technology.
You know, Brian, there is a whole that's been in season 2 of Holy Moly, and that they brought it down to Australia. It's called Clowning Around. And there's a whole bunch of clowns running around. And what happens is, we talked about this when we recapped all of the Australian Holy Moly, is that if you miss the putt, first of all, you get in this big contraption, you get spun up upside down, and you have to putt upside down the magnetic ball. And then if every shot that you miss before you get it in the hole, a clown comes up and hits you in the face with pie every miss. Oh, did you lose me for a second there?
No, we heard it all. I heard about the pie. See, I think I'd like that. I like a villainous clown. What I actually don't like is really like sincere, earnest clowns that are trying to win back the clown reputation. You know, because I just I know what's inside of them, and they're trying to be kind and ask me how I'm doing, and I'm like, just pie me, just pie me. Let's go.
Get it over with.
Just get it over with. So I like those for you. I like those pies that are right. They're honest about that. They're like, I'm going to pie you. I don't want to know how you're doing. Poo poo. That sounds cool. Magnetic ball. So I think has that been released yet? I think Neil and I were watching it.
I don't remember that one. So it's up. You have to put up on the ceiling essentially, or you flip upside down.
You flip upside down, like you're in this like contraption that you're strapped into boots, and it spins you around and around and around. And then it stops when you're upside down. And so the ball is above you and your head is facing down, and you hit the ball that's been magnetized on that thing. And I showed this earlier. I want to give a little plug. Pat's hitting their 20-year anniversary for Putting Penguin. And I'm terrible at lining this up with my camera. But what do you notice about this ball? Look at it. Look very closely.
I mean, it's completely smooth. It looks like a ping pong ball. It's tricky. Is it
completely smooth? No, I'll let Pat tell you about this.
Yeah, so little deep dive into the beautiful world of worldwide mini golf. So it's actually a really huge sport around the world, but in Europe they play really a different type of mini golf. There's different surfaces. So we play on the fake grass and everything, right? Like they have basically what's concrete courses and sheet metal courses where they use rubber balls, a variety of different types, different densities, different sizes, different bounces. And that's what this is. And those courses are designed so if you pick the right ball and you hit in the right place, you can get a hole in one every time. So it's like a completely different set over there. So for our 20th anniversary, we were like, well, let's just go crazy. And we made our own European style ball with some of the stuff we got in on. And so if anybody's interested, you can check us out on social media. We still got some for sale, but yeah, it's really cool. And if you ever want to like completely nerd out for what mini golf is outside of clowns and volcanoes and dinosaurs, for anybody listening, World Mini Golf Sport Federation, minigolfsport.com. That's like the legit trying to be an Olympic sport arm of mini golf. It's really cool. But
learning today, I like that. I didn't know about that. The European style ball, I like that.
Yep. But now I got to pivot a little bit to some serious hard hitting questions because first of all, as a Connecticut person, there are two things that we will die on the hill for. One is the Hartford Whalers, and two is pizza. And I know your guys' love of pizza. My important question is, if you had to design a mini golf themed pizza, what would you put on it?
Wow, so it's real food and it's mini golf themed. Okay, so we need to we need to get some toppings on there that would somehow be the course. Man, I don't know what you would need to do. I'm trying to think like how you would maybe have cheese or something that it forms kind of maybe the whole pie is essentially one whole. And so I would like there to kind of be like a course, if you're looking top down on it, that you would see if there's a path of where the ball could go. But I'm trying to think like what toppings could like be, like you're saying, the volcano or the dinosaur or the pirates or whatever. I'm not really sure, Brian, what would you do here for what sort of toppings could, I guess we could have like a pepperoni tower maybe or something like that. You have to get around. What's a good circular topping that could be the ball? Maybe like an olive.
So we're eating. We have a real pizza, right? Obviously, pizza. A large or extra large. I mean, I don't even know why they have a small. I don't even know.
Like personal pan.
And so we're designing now. Let's say what came to my mind right off the bat was that we need to make a pizza that is like 6 feet in diameter. That is real, right?
Oh yes, I like this. Yes.
And so if you're standing on one side with, obviously veggie sausage ball on one side, you know what I mean? And you're going to hit it, but I don't want to really disrupt the pizza. I don't want any dirt getting on it because I'm going to eat it. So therefore you have to loop your ball to the absolute opposite side where the hole is, or so you have to like get a curve going on. So there's a little curve, I think, around the crust. Obviously it's traditional crust. You know what I mean? We're not doing thin crust right now. We're not in a pinch. But there's a challenge where they give you like one of those like giant pizzas, like, those ones that they're like, hey, this can't fit through your door. You need like a Subaru Forester to bring it home.
Yeah, it's free if you eat it all.
And so what they say right there is like, if you can eat this, slam the whole pizza, then a giant like pizza crust thing cutter comes and almost like enough, but it slices this 6 foot diameter pizza in half. It splits it, and you can do a straight putt shoot right through it, right, to do a hole in one. And then obviously there's confetti, but the confetti is pepperoni.
Whoa, that was, man.
I mean, yes. Sign me up. Let's do it.
I'm gonna mute now.
Yeah, Pat, that was nice of you to email that question to Brian earlier in the week, so he had all the time to think about it and prep that amazingly elaborate pizza hole. That was nice of you.
I want to make sure it looks good on the tube here.
I have a little bit more technical question because we're talking about serious competitive mini golf, and obviously Putt Putt Butt Butt is like an instructional song. So what is the precise ratio of putt to butt? Because we want to know how to get a hole in one on every hole. So what is the ratio?
Yeah, for me, I really think that, it might not be the best actual, it's not the best form to actually move your body that much when you're putting. But what we have found and why we wrote this song is that if you get the butt moving just enough right before you swing, it actually gives you an extra little bit of momentum that, if you do it the same way every time, it can actually help your swing, help your game. So I think for everybody, it's different based on your body mass. But I think if you get an even 50-50 booty butt to swing in there, you're going to be shooting straight. You're going to be still online as if you were standing still, right? As if you were totally both feet planted. But instead, the little bit of sway back and forth is, again, going to give you that the extra momentum that you need to shoot your best ball. So I think it's a pretty much even 50-50 or 1-to-1 ratio.
That's physics right there.
Yeah.
I was going to add in just a simple terminology and just say inertia. That's it. Inertia.
Yes. Thank you, Bill Nye.
That's all you need. I saw that Randy's been rocking his Popsico, Puttcico, loving it, Randy.
I really like that. My club is high, my ball is low, and this is how I Puttcico. I'd be lying if I said that we were really into the Popsico at all. I mean, people say that a lot to us, but listen, Randy, you took it to the next level. Those are great puns. We thought Tom was the pun master here, but you're challenging him right now, and I really like that. It really fits in. So you can maybe write us 10 of those, please, for different themes. That'd be great.
And we will say that we wrote this song a long time ago, maybe 10 months ago, filmed the video maybe 9 months ago, and it wasn't until about 4 days ago that we realized how foolish we are. The chorus goes butt butt when you're trying to putt putt, but we named the song Putt Putt Butt Butt. It makes no sense. We know we're fools. It's okay. We'll accept it.
We just have to call ourselves out here before many other people do, because it's actually backwards for the song. But I don't know why we did that. It's I think we just wanted the first words to be putt putt in there, and yeah, unfortunately it's backwards though. But hopefully everybody else doesn't think about that. But we realized it too late. It's too late. All the vinyl's printed, the CDs are printed. It's all going. So unfortunately, we just have to live with that mistake for the rest of our lives, and it'll haunt us forever.
I made a note. I made a note because I was like, wait, they say butt butt when you putt putt, but the song's called Putt Putt Butt Butt. I can't get this wrong, even though I'm going to take credit and blame for misspelling Koo Koo Kanga Roo. Huge party foul when I launched this today. Gotta say, huge party foul. That's on me. So we all make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes.
It's all right. You get a mulligan, as they say in the business. We'll do this again, and you'll get it right. I believe in you, and it's a common mistake, so don't worry. Lots of people, I mean, that's how you spell kangaroo, so it's technically right in the dictionary. But yeah, our band name is 4 words, but yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's a common mistake. It's okay, Tom. It'll be all right.
Do we have time for a quick little penguin rant? Do we have time for it for a second?
Of course. Yes, please.
Okay, so I've been thinking about the penguin shrine that you're going to design in your backyard so that all of the lost souls can look at it at night when they come out in the graveyard. But and I've been designing this hole course here for a final hole, because I'm thinking about a penguin. It really depends on
Brian. Let me see that.
Well, I don't think the trajectory of the neck of the penguin is right.
Robin, are you still listening? Can we do a 3D rendering of this pretty quick here?
Okay. I'm thinking about the penguin because my kids and I love to watch the penguins eat at the Minnesota Zoo. It's at 10 a.m. sharp every day. Don't be late or you're not going to get a spot. Okay. And so, but they give them a whole fish. Like if the penguin's body is like 16 inches tall, like these fish are like 6 inches big, and they swallow it whole, but they go all the way back You know what I mean? So if you're gonna have a penguin go, a ball go into the penguin's mouth and maybe come out, because you know how they like sit on the egg to keep it warm. Maybe it's actually only one penguin in your backyard, and the whole thing is like just trying to do a huge jump. You know what I mean? So it's all about this like flight to get it directly going down, like the fish eats like a penguin like that, and it comes out in the egg, almost like those like basketball things you put under the hoop and brings the ball right back, so you can like practice your free throws. So if you can hit it just right on this big jump, it goes in the penguin's mouth and comes out where the dad would like sit on the egg right back to you. It's almost like I don't know. It's just where my brain was going today, because I'm going to fly to your house tomorrow and design this.
You got all this, Robin?
Yeah, sold. Give it to me. And to answer the question while we're on the topic of penguins here. So while I am a huge hockey fan, I, despite being from Connecticut, am actually a Boston Bruins fan. Although I will ride or die the Hartford Whalers. So it did not come from the love of the Penguins. It literally came from, I was looking for a name for the website. There was a stuffed penguin on the shelf. And we went, man, the putting penguin just sounds cool. And 20 years later, here we are. So yeah, penguins, yeah, they're everywhere. You just kind of jump on it.
That's incredible. And Brian, thank you for this is a very, it's educational almost. You know, we talk about Disney and some of the things they do in Epcot, and some of the other things is like edutainment, you know, trying to teach you about a thing while you're having a good time. And you've nailed it here with the wildlife, teaching people about how penguins eat and the eggs and everything. So yeah, this is great. I think the Minnesota Zoo should do a golf course. They should do a mini golf course. Let's go. Zoos be a good place for a couple holes, right? Let's go. I'm sure that exists somewhere.
Pat, this is getting in a little too deep, but when you think about what type of penguin the putting penguin is, I've looked at a couple different logos. Like, would you say a species? I know there's about like 27 different kinds, but what would you choose?
Ooh, he's probably most likely to be like a little rockhopper penguin. Because the emperor penguin, like too big to be carrying around on mini golf course. It's just a bit too much. And the rockhopper's got the tufts of hair. They look pretty cool. I mean, he is generic. The actual putt is a generic Chinese made stuffed penguin. So if that's a type of penguin, then that's what he is. But let's go rockhopper as our unofficial real life penguin mascot.
I think that's a great choice. I was afraid you were going to go like macaroni, stay away from emperor. That's great. I think that's a great choice. I will say a quick second, if I can make a recommendation, the Gen 2 penguin, due to global warming and Antarctica freezing a little bit more, the Gen 2 penguin can only lay its eggs on rock surfaces. And because the ice is melting down there, the Gen 2 penguins are growing. Their species is tripling, doubling. So I don't know. I put your money in rockhopper, go Gen 2, wherever you go.
Wow, the penguin knowledge is continuing here. And I've definitely been inspired for this conversation. I think I'm going to actually change my name to Peter, and I'm going to start a website called the Putting Puffin, actually. And I'm coming for Pat here, and we're going to be friendly rivals.
Okay. We got some time for one? I have another very important question, because we were actually talking about this today, and this is going to go to your love of Star Wars a little bit.
All right, let's go.
So mini golf, a very family-friendly game. So in the Star Wars universe, parent, grandparent, son, what do you think the best duo would be? Is it like Han and Ben? Is it Anakin and Leia? Is it Grandpa Palps and Rey? If you had to go out and say which two from a family perspective are going to be the best mini golfers out there, who would you pick?
Wow, yeah, there are so many good families in the Star Wars universe. Wow. I mean, you got to go. Yeah, I guess all these individuals are force sensitive, and so that would go a long way, I think, in your putting abilities. But yeah, I think I'll just go classic with it and get the Anakin and Luke, right? Let's get or Darth, I guess, he can, whatever version I guess I'd say. I don't know, I think that would be the one. Brian, what do you think? Do you have any other better answers than just the classic right there?
I mean, Luke is the whiniest character in the history of cinema, and so I'd never want to play with him ever. So I'm definitely going with Team Solo. You know, I wouldn't go with Ben and Han just because they're rageaholics. You know what I mean? And they're definitely doing a Happy Gilmore smashing something. So I want to put. I'd do Leia and Ben. I think I do like mom, son. Just because, you know, there'd be that rage there, but there'd still be that respect. You know what I mean? Because I'm playing with mom.
Then they're still both force sensitive. Again, if you had Han in there, he wouldn't be able to use the force really to to guide that ball. So I think that's good. Someone just said Han and Chewie. If it didn't have to be family members, I would think I'd go R2 and 3PO due to their precise droid abilities. I feel like they would be very good at just the right amount of force and not pardon the pun, force, but they'd be able just to dial it in. And I feel like droids and robots, especially in the future, will be able to just hold one every single time. Ace.
I didn't really have a great answer for the pairing, but my single person, one person to be the best mini golfer, I'm gonna go with Qui-Gon. Because he's got that like chillness when he's fighting Maul, but also he's not afraid to bend the rules a little bit. So like, gets a little close to the ball, little foot wedge into the hole, get a little bit of better position. I mean, I think he'd be kind of terrifying out on the mini golf course.
Tom, what you got, Tom?
I saw Gary Schiff, a pro mini golfer who's incredibly talented down in Florida, throw up Han and Chewie. It's pretty good because you might want to go Han and Leia, a lot of people would think, but they're going to argue a lot. And that's not good out in the course. You got to have got to know where each other are. You got to have that sense of teamwork. But since we're talking about duos, I have a surprise update here from our earlier conversation. We talked about co-hosts, talked about Rob Riggle. We talked about our sheepdog Ruggles. I don't know if you can see this,
Oh, yes.
but it looks like we might have a sneak preview of season 3 of Holy Moly.
I think you got to take that background down. Can you take that down so you can see Ruggles' face?
Hold on. Let me see how. Sorry about that. I'm gonna let's remove that. Oh, there we are. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Ruggles and Wriggles live on Holy Moly, calling the action. This is great. Look at that. Ruggles has got his water dish right there in mug form. Beautiful, beautiful.
People make fun of the turtleneck, guys, but it's important. It does keep you warm. It's a beautiful thing. Oh wow, that makes me happy.
Listen, something I need to bring up before we depart here is that I want to thank Tom for helping us actually with the song when we were writing the lyrics to the song. Yeah, like a year ago now at this time. I threw some terms by Tom, and I was like, I learned some of these. Are these good? Are these like what else could I use here? So he helped me out with some different terms. I used ace earlier. I guess that's that's a good term to use. And I don't know. It was just helpful. I definitely through the demo to Tom and Robin to make sure that there wasn't any any terms that maybe wouldn't be used or saying something the wrong way. So it's great to have a friend in your life who is a mini golf expert who you can do that to. Not many people I feel like can say that they have someone in their life that can proofread a mini golf lyrics and make sure they're good. So Tom and Robin had a hand in helping make this song what it was. So thank both of you very much. And Pat, we'll do next time we make the sequel. We'll make sure you get in there. Or hey, when we make the Penguin song, we'll consult you for that.
I was gonna say, I mean, I expect a video on this course that's gonna be in my backyard as the follow-up. So,
well, little secret, Pat and our other friend, Robin Ventura, who was also on Holy Moly, we threw some of the terms by them, and it's like, would somebody use this word? Because I think we were like what about mini golf clubbing or something? And you're like, I don't know if you would talk about like clubbing the ball. So
Yeah.
you got a little assist. It wasn't Robin and I had like thrown it around. Robin put a lot of work into the lyrics too. I'm not going to take all the credit. We're a couple putts, but Pat and our friend Robin Ventura, our little Putt When Ready crew, along with Randy Rice, definitely contributed.
I knew we just had to throw it to the community. We had to make sure it was right.
Thanks, Pat. Appreciate it. Hey, Pat, you should check out our song Waddle Waddle. You know, it's only 60 seconds long, so I think it would be great, you know, intro music that you can just have on a Bluetooth attached to your belt. I know you're definitely a cell phone holster guy. I can see it from a mile away, you know, so just put your Bluetooth hanging off your butt and just have that thing jamming every time you're about to make a putt. And just know we made it for you 10 years ago.
It'll be when I go to these major tournaments, you know, first round on the first tee, you know, it's Pat from Connecticut, waddle waddle right in the background, WWE style.
Checks in the mail.
So I want to make sure that I don't let you go yet before asking the other really, really big hard-hitting question. Because when you're in the mini golf world, you kind of got to answer this question a lot, which is, what's your favorite color ball? There's a lot of different colors. We talked about this with regards to dinosaurs, but it's all about, like, do you like a red ball? Do you like a yellow ball? Do you like a shiny silver ball? Or maybe a neon yellow ball? Or do you just go with like a basic white ball?
Classic white. Yeah, I feel like I usually reach for the purple when it comes to mini golf. My favorite color is blue, but for some reason I like the purple against the typical green there. But I guess it would be more of a thing of, okay, what is the surface and how does the ball contrast with that? So depending on what color the turf is, I feel like you could change your color of the ball. I just wouldn't go green on green. That would be kind of maybe the only one that would be out. But that silver one's cool. I've never really seen anything other than like the typical solid colors. Last year we put out a song called Glitter, so maybe there's like a glitter ball out there that we could use. But yeah, I'll take purple, please. Again, that goes with my dinosaur pick. So there you go.
Hey, what's the color of that like lighter blue ball? So it's not the navy. Is it like, what do they call it? Centurion? No, what's that?
This looks like a royal.
It's like a royal blue.
My eye goes right to that royal blue. What about you two?
Ooh, so the shiny balls are made by a company called Chromax, and they have a bunch of different colors. And I wish I had the one I have, because I have a incredibly bright neon yellow shiny ball. That's it right there. That's my go-to. I like that one the best.
Tom, what you got? What's your fave? Robin says she matches the color of the ball to her sneakers. That is a really cool idea. I should do that.
My default is blue, whether it's this blue and if you're listening on the podcast, it was like a shiny Chromax blue. We have a royal blue that's a couple putts mini golf is for everyone ball. I think blue is always my favorite. I mean, as I showed earlier, again, listening, blue covered putter, the one that I used on Holey Moley, is a favorite. And also because we these Chromax balls. Hey, Chromax, sponsor Puttcast. Here's our shout out. Also, since we're getting to sponsors, there's people mentioned they're from Canada. There's a new app where you control a real mini golf club in like these themed holes called One Shot Golf. That's super cool, and you can play for free a couple times every day. There's like a putter in an empty room on a fun themed surface, and you control which direction it goes and how fast the ball goes. So, gonna give them a shout out. They're
cool. This is cool stuff.
They're new sponsors, and it's kind of fun to do. Especially that's like a great putt at home. You don't get to hit the ball yourself, but options.
Mini golf robots were one step closer to Skynet. So
there we go. It's pandemic proof. And the nice thing, going back to the color ball, the nice thing about having a favorite color ball is if you don't get to play with that ball, then you can blame your poor play on it, right? You can be like, well, it's because I didn't have my color. It's okay. I'm still good.
But yeah, So we went through like a lot of the really, really important questions. We addressed all the different colors in the rainbow. We've addressed dinosaurs, pizza, Slow Clap, the new album by Koo Koo Kanga Roo, coming out on May 21st. That's coming out. So pre-order now. So we've talked about some of those important things. We mentioned Puttcast, which Pat and I do. It's a podcast talking about Holy Moly and all things mini golf, where we talk about Holy Moly and we talk about competitive game of mini golf and just the game of mini golf in general. So we've talked about a lot of those things, and we've mentioned the putting penguin and a couple putts. Are there other important things that we haven't addressed yet?
I think we're good. I mean, people, please go check out the Putt Putt Butt Butt music video. It's directed by a man named Vic Berger, who most people know from Twitter, makes funny videos there, and he works with the Tim and Eric folks and stuff like that, and a number of other amazing projects. He puts out albums. He's a musician and stuff, and so the video is kind of a really different one for us. And yeah, we shot it in Bloomington, and Vic edited it, so he didn't fly in or anything, again, pandemic style. So our friend Jules shot it here, and then we just sent him all the footage, and he made it look cool. And so yeah, check out that. Check out Vic Berger, and there will be a Putt Putt Butt Butt dance along video that'll be coming out here in a couple weeks. So be on the lookout for that too. Of course, you already know what the dance move is going to be, you guys. You can just visualize it right now. You know, if there were to be a dance move that you do on the Putt Putt mini golf course, you know what that looks like. So, but we got a couple other moves in there for you. So our friend Wampa Stomp Matthew, he created that one, and it's a dance along video like you've never seen before. We've made a lot of them. There's kind of a format to them, and we try to keep to that, but it's also fun to see where else we can take it. And he did some really fun things with that. So we have our own sort of like cuckoo chorus a little bit in there, with some references to our band and stuff. So he created all that digitally. And so yeah, check out those two videos. They'll be coming soon. So lots more mini golf stuff from our band.
Yeah, I don't have any band stuff, but I do want to say on a personal note, thank you, Tom, to you and Robin for, like we were saying, Walker a long time ago, and when we first started meeting you guys, just turning me on to just the possibilities of mini golf. I know we said we were going to make a mini golf song like 9 years ago. We're like, we're going to do it, but we finally did it. But you two have been just such wonderful fans and friends and supporters, and you guys are doing awesome stuff, and we appreciate you. And Pat, thank you to you too. We've never met until right now, but we've followed along for longer than you know about. So thanks, and I can't wait to meet you guys and hang out with Malcolm. You know, party it down. You guys are cool.
Yeah, I'd love to make a trip up to the Minnesota way when all of this is kind of wrapped up, because there's a bunch of courses like Tom mentioned that we need to go play, because I haven't really been up there. So look forward to meeting all you guys.
We gotta play. We gotta play as a big group. It'll be fun.
And so that we have like an exit for the Puttcast that Pat usually does, and maybe we can even try to do it all together. That's Putt When Ready. But before I forget, if you're listening to the podcast, we are going to have Putt Putt Butt Butt immediately following this in its entirety to listen to with the podcast. This is probably going to be airing a couple of days afterwards, but if it's a little bit longer, so be it. But I wanted to let you know about that. And we've seen some amazing questions in the chat, and we're going to do our best to address Holy Moly, ice cream questions, pizza questions probably will get answered maybe, but ice cream probably first and all of that. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us and for making this amazing song that is clearly going to be the summer song of 2021. I mean, duh. I mean,
yeah, it is. Let's go.
So, again, it's Putt When Ready. So, on the count of 3, 1, 2. Brian, you're still muted.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3. Putt When Ready.
Putt When Ready.
Yeah.
Putt When Ready. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.